Why does a hamster light up most around some foods while barely noticing others in the same bowl? Many people think the answer is simple hunger, but a hamster usually chooses with nose, memory, and instinct first. What looks like a tiny snack decision is often a quiet
Here you
test
go,
of
little
safety,
friend. This
texture,
one
and
smells
effort.
delicious.
A hamster rarely loves food only for taste, because the whole experience begins with scent. Before the first bite, that small nose is already sorting what feels familiar, rich, and worth carrying away. This is why favorite foods are often the ones that smell strong enough to promise energy without feeling risky. Crunch matters too, because hamsters are drawn to foods that answer the need to gnaw as well as eat. Dry foods often win their trust faster than wet foods, simply because dry textures feel easier to store. Yet the happiest feeding moments usually happen when a meal lets the hamster forage, choose, and work a little. In the hamster world, food is not only nutrition, it is also control, comfort, and occupation. One of the strongest favorites is a balanced seed mix with many shapes, smells, and tiny discoveries. Seeds appeal to a hamster because each one feels like a small reward hidden inside effort. Pumpkin seeds are often loved for their rich scent and satisfying crack under the teeth. Flax seeds may be tiny, but many hamsters enjoy their oily aroma and easy handling. Sesame seeds can attract quick interest because they are small enough to manipulate with nimble paws. Millet sprays are especially exciting because they turn eating into a slow picking game. Oats are another reliable favorite, offering a soft grain smell and a pleasant bite. Rolled oats can feel easier to nibble, while whole oat groats add more chewing pleasure. Barley and wheat kernels can also be appealing when offered in safe, plain, dry form. Sunflower seeds are famous favorites, but love for them should never become the whole diet. Their high fat content makes them powerful treats, not unlimited daily comfort food. A hamster often reaches for sunflower seeds with extra urgency because energy-dense foods trigger deep survival logic. In nature, rich foods are chances to prepare for scarcity, not invitations to overindulge forever.
Here's a little treat
That
for
is
you.
why favorite
one
does not
piece.
always mean
Good
healthiest
job,
in
little
large
guy.
amounts.
Slowly.
The smartest
You're
feeding
so
style
cute.
respects both the hamster's cravings and the hamster's body. Beyond seeds, many hamsters deeply enjoy small pieces of fresh vegetable with a clean, mild scent. Cucumber is often welcomed because it is cool, gentle, and easy to chew. A thin slice of cucumber can feel refreshing, especially in warm weather or after active play. Romaine lettuce may interest some hamsters more than watery iceberg because it offers a bit more texture. Green leaf lettuce can work in tiny portions when it is fresh, crisp, and fully dry. Bell pepper is another favorite for many hamsters, especially the sweeter red or yellow pieces. Its light sweetness and crisp snap make it rewarding without feeling heavy. Carrot is loved by many hamsters too, but small amounts matter because it is naturally sweeter. A tiny carrot shred often excites more than a large chunk because it is easier to carry and stash. Broccoli can be surprisingly popular when served in a very small, plain piece. The little branching texture invites nibbling from several angles, which keeps the mouth busy. Cauliflower offers a similar kind of interest, though some hamsters prefer the softer smell of broccoli. Zucchini can suit cautious eaters because it is mild and not too sharp in scent. A small piece of cooked plain sweet potato may attract some hamsters as an occasional reacher treat. Peas can also be enjoyed in moderation, especially when offered plain and unsalted. Corn may look exciting, but because it is starchy and sweet, it belongs in the occasional category. Spinach can be
You like
offered
the scattered
sparingly,
seeds, don't
not
you?
as a constant staple,
Sweet
because
chew.
moderation keeps
Finding all the
variety
treats is
safer.
more fun.
Fresh herbs often become quiet favorites because they combine smell, novelty, and soft chewing. Cilantro can catch a hamster's attention with its bright scent and delicate leaves. Parsley may be loved by some individuals who enjoy stronger green aromas in tiny amounts. Dill is interesting because its feathery texture makes nibbling feel playful and light. Basil can work for hamsters that enjoy sweeter herbal smells, though only in small portions. Mint is best approached carefully because some hamsters enjoy the smell, while others find it too intense. Dandelion leaves, when safe and chemical-free, can be an enriching treat many hamsters explore eagerly. Chamomile flowers are often appreciated not because they are sweet, but because they smell gentle and familiar. Dried flower mixes made for small pets can add variety when they contain only safe, plain ingredients. Hamsters are often drawn to foods that let them pause, or sniff, nibble, and return again. That stop-and-go rhythm is part of why scattered forage foods feel more exciting than a full pile. A hamster does not just want food to appear, it often wants food to be found. This is one reason sprays, dried leaves, and tiny seed clusters create such strong interest. They turn eating into searching, and searching feels natural to a burrowing forager. Texture variety is another big reason some foods become instant favorites. A hamster may ignore a bland pellet at first, then rush toward a crisp seed head moments later. The second food is not magically more delicious, it is more behaviorally rewarding. When paws, incisors, whiskers, and nose all get involved, the meal becomes richer than flavor alone. Some hamsters also enjoy very small bits of fruit, but fruit should stay in the treat lane. Apple can be offered without seeds in a tiny piece when sweetness is kept under control. Pear may be accepted in the same careful way, especially by hamsters that like soft, juicy bites. Blueberry can interest some hamsters because it is aromatic and easy to puncture, but one tiny portion is enough. Strawberry is sometimes loved for its smell, though its sweetness means less is more. Banana tends to attract quick enthusiasm, yet it is rich and sticky enough to stay rare. For dwarf hamsters, sugary treats deserve even more caution because their bodies handle sugar less easily. A food can be adored and still be the wrong choice for frequent feeding. The kindest feeding plan is the one that protects long-term health, not just short-term excitement. Hamsters also enjoy animal protein in small amounts, especially when it is plain and easy to nibble. A tiny piece of boiled egg can be very appealing because it smells rich and concentrated. Plain cooked chicken with no salt or seasoning may be welcomed as an occasional protein treat. Mealworms are favorites for many hamsters because they combine scent density and foraging value. Dried insects can awaken a strong instinctive response that seed-only meals sometimes do not. Protein treats often feel especially meaningful during growth, recovery, or heavy activity, but portion size still matters. Many hamsters love hard foods they can carry away and work on slowly in a corner. That is why plain lab blocks or quality pellets may become more accepted over time than people expect. A hamster may not celebrate a pellet like a sunflower seed, yet still value it as dependable food. Favorite foods are not always the ones eaten first, but often the ones returned to steadily. Watching the order of eating can teach you whether your hamster seeks instant reward or lasting comfort. Some hamsters snatch rich seeds first, then settle with grains once the excitement passes. Others pocket a wide mix quickly, then sort the stash later in private. Hoarding does not mean greed, because storing food is part of feeling secure. A hamster that carries favorite items into a hideout is often building peace, not being sneaky. The best loved foods are often the ones worth protecting deep inside the nest. Chewing itself also shapes preference, because incisors never stop growing and need safe wear. Dry herbs, seed sprays, and certain hard grains can satisfy this need better than soft treats alone. And even the sound of a crisp bite can reinforce a hamster's preference for a food. Crunch gives feedback, and feedback makes the experience feel complete. This is why mushy human snacks rarely meet a hamster's real needs, even when they smell tempting. Timing influences preference too, because hamsters are usually most interested in food when the world gets quieter. Evening feeding often feels more natural than daytime feeding, especially for shy individuals. A hamster offered favorite foods during its active hours may respond with brighter curiosity and faster approach. The same food given during deep rest can be ignored simply because the body is off duty. Freshness matters as well because many hamsters reject stale food long before humans notice anything unusual. Oils fade, scents flatten, and the meal loses the signal that once made it exciting. Clean water also shapes food enjoyment because thirst and appetite quietly support each other. Some hamsters eat more confidently when a fresh water source is nearby and easy to reach. The feeding area itself can change what foods become favorites. A calm corner with familiar bedding smell often encourages more relaxed eating than an exposed open space. Safety and appetite are tightly linked in prey animals, even during something as ordinary as dinner. If a hamster feels watched, startled, or rushed, even beloved foods can lose their charm. When the environment feels calm, preference becomes clearer and more honest. This is why patient observation reveals more than forcing a hamster to taste something immediately. Trust makes favorites easier to discover. But there are also foods people offer with good intentions that hamsters should not have at all. Sugary candy, salty chips, seasoned nuts, and processed cereal may smell exciting but do real harm. Onion, garlic, chocolate, caffeine, alcohol, and heavily spiced foods belong completely outside a hamster diet. Citrus fruits can be too sharp for many hamsters, especially when the scent and acidity feel intense. Sticky foods are risky too, because they cling in the cheeks and make safe handling harder. Raw beans and bitter almonds are not treats, and they should never enter the bowl. Large amounts of watery produce can upset the balance of a tiny body very quickly. Even safe foods need careful portions, because a hamster's size changes the rules. What seems like a bite to us can feel like a full serving to them. The most loved meal is not the biggest one, but the one the body can enjoy without strain. A balanced hamster menu often works best when the base is high quality, staple food, and the favorites rotate around it. Rotation keeps curiosity alive while helping nutrition stay broader and steadier. Repetition can make a hamster bored, but too much novelty too fast can also create hesitation. The sweet spot is familiar safety with little surprises inside it. That is exactly why hamsters often seem happiest with a dependable bowl and one tiny special extra. Over time, you begin to see that a hamster's favorite foods tell a story about instinct, not fussiness. They reveal what feels safe to carry, satisfying to chew, rich enough to value, and easy to store. When you respect those quiet preferences, feeding becomes less about spoiling and more about understanding. The real favorite food is never just the tastiest bite, but the one that meets both body and instinct. And once you notice that, every tiny paw-held snack starts to look like a window into the hamster's world.